Champions, welcome. The squares have aligned and bingo is nigh. It's time for Elden Squares Season 3. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, we have a team that seems to not like bingo very much, as they have been messing with other endeavors, but they are a force to be reckoned with. Their primary DLC player is the Silk Song speedrunner, but also the champion of the Scadu Bingo Omen Veil. A complete menace in the DLC, one of the best rookies in the Golden Order last season, who is looking to cement his place in the Elden Squares history books with a title this season. It is none other than El Presidente Strump and his teammate, the man who more notoriously hates bingo but has fallen in love with it so far this season. This man is a very accomplished rando racer. He has a strong pedigree in bingo, despite the hate, and now that he has found a format that he truly loves, he has unlocked a greater version of himself. It is none other than the Bingo Hater Wander. And their opponents, fighting out of the blue corner, two of the most accomplished speedrunners to ever step foot in the 25 squares. These two are absolute monsters, whether it comes to speedrunning, randomizer, deathless, you name it, they conquer all challenges. Their primary DLC player is someone who has broken the trend of the French being scared of the DLC, as he is an absolute king of the Shadow Keep. It is none other than the main man Typin and his teammate, someone who looks like Harry Potter or Lord Voldemort when you put Death Poker in his hands. He will make some of the most aggressive and some of the most beautiful plays that you will ever see in the early game. He has untapped speed and potential in every single game. You wonder, will today be the day? Will today be one of the best performances we've ever seen? It is none other than the man who is as strong as steel, none other than iron. Now let's get ready to run that board and square off. All right, Rambler, you ready to go here?
Yes.
Then let's go ahead and do it. Here we go. Rambler, center square.
Placidus sex until it happens.
Melania, until it happens. Chat, you got about a minute left to get your gambas in. Make sure to get the gambas in. Catacombs is the center square here on this board. As always, we will take a look at the DLC squares here. Hold up. Board is not generating for the players. I'm going to go ahead and refresh, as we are quite a bit behind for all four of the players here. Rambler, can you give us a rundown of the board while I get us caught up here?
Yeah, that's a very interesting center square. Catacombs you can do pretty quickly in the, like, you don't even need prep or anything. Not very strong though in terms of synergy, and it puts you behind on other things. There is other rushable squares like such, like Grafted Sign. 4 caves, we see column 5 as almost entirely DLC, so Grafted Sign is a nice block. So in case you are like considering maybe like delaying a little bit of the DLC gameplay, the DLC though shows a very interesting combination of squares, with back section being featured prominently with Scadu Tree Avatar, Golden Braid, and Falling Star Beast Hinterlands. South is also strong with Ghost Flame Dragons, Transformation, and Bale. While in the base game we see Sage's Cave, we see both a duo is a cave. Millennia as a corner square, also very interesting with the column 2 god bosses as well. But I'd say this is an interesting board with Dragonheart bosses and Ghost Flame Dragons in row 4. it might be the strongest play on the board to, well, like you thought, like rush Makar and get the Dragonheart bosses in base game before that can be claimed in the GLC.
Yeah,
Maybe that's the way to play this board.
This is a much heavier DLC board than the last game, as we have 11 DLC squares on the board, but really it could be as many as 13 if you include 4 Remembrances and the Dragonheart bosses on there. And again, that back section, Gaius Hinterlands area, looks very, very strong with both Golden Braid and Hinterlands Falling Star Beast, as well as Scatatree Avatar on the way there. Going into the late game, we have Bale and Melania. Those will probably be the 2 biggest kills here, but Scatatree as well is no pushover by any means. And quite a few options with, if you want to do rush squares, how you decide to do those, right? You could go for Radahn's Great Rune early, you could go for Grafted Scion early, you could go for Catacombs or Caves, right? Caves rolling to 4, probably not going to be rushed, but granted would have great synergy with defeat both bosses in Sage's Cave as well as the Bofa duo. So quite a few options here as to how you attack this board on the base game, but for the DLC player, I think getting into the Hinterlands here has to be of the utmost priority.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there's quite a lot of synergy in the DLC options, right? Like going to back section allows you to eventually do transformation, and going to transformation allows you to do Rakshasa. Going to transformation sets you up for Bale. But the base game is kind of like weird for synergy here. Like with the Catacombs and Caves being in that position, like I said, like Dragonheart seemed to be one that you can like synergize, but actually you would love to synergize that with the DLC. So it's not very clear what they are gonna go for first. Like I think this is definitely a rush DLC for Trump and Typing, but I am not sure what Iron and Wonder are gonna be looking towards right now. If I were to take a guess, I think Iron might rush the Catacombs, but like based on the way they've been playing this, like they like to get the square before going for map access, but it might not be what they do this time.
Yeah, and we can hear the birds in the background. Hopefully they do not attack Rambler once again. I know he's been living in a horror movie today with the numerous assaults from the birds. But we have quite some differences here in weapon choices. Not the best weapon seed. Trump started, I assume, with this class mostly for stats. He has the Clean Rot Knight Sword, which is trash, and then also just did the Gatefront check, which was nothing. It was Leda Sword, which is absolutely horrific. Wander here has the Raptor Talons. Claws are always very solid. And then on the French side of things, Typin rocking with the Lizard Greatsword. Still a great sword, but not one of the best great swords. And Iron is using the Watchdog Staff here.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice of weapon. Typing going with the Lizard Sword. It is like it's a very bad seed for weapons. Wonder got the claws, but pretty much that was the only thing that was good. Which is interesting. Trump is going for the Great Axe check here. In the hopes of getting something like Omen Killer Cleaver, Rusted Anchor. Even the normal Great Axe would be a good shout.
Gargoyle's Black Axe though, so that's a complete bust. Yeah, I'm almost surprised here maybe I would expect to see Catacombs for a Katana check, right? You could rush Catacombs while also getting some weapon checks in here. But Typin is just doing kind of the standard DLC play, and he's going to have a pretty big lead here on the DLC if he chooses to go for it. Especially that like Golden Braid square sets you up nicely for Hinterland's Falling Star Beast, and you don't have to kill anything in the DLC for that. You can just kill Godric Renala to get into the DLC and then hard rush that Golden Braid.
Yeah, I think it's not a bad idea. Obviously, the weapon is gonna be a little bit subpar for things like, especially for things like Scatatree Avatar, because as far as I'm aware, The Lizard Greatsword cannot be infused. If it can, I stand corrected.
It can.
It can? Okay.
That's actually its like main utilization. It's pretty good with like bleed affinity because the projectile also does bleed. That's like the main way that I see it used. We see Rosis Axe there, but Strump just decides to go with sticking with the smithing route. Rosis Axe very common, very popular in base game singles bingo, but I don't think we've seen it at all this season.
He's sure gonna check more. Like I think he's going to Stranded Graveyard to check for more weapons. Doing a bit of a Vakrasian route here, with like looting and finding something that might give him the edge down the line.
Also, I just saw the French name for Round Table Hold, Bastien de la Table Round. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, you love it, and the French people will not understand what you just said.
Yes. Yes. We do see Wander did a weapon check for Strump there. It looks like the Liurnia merchant by Bellum Church has Iron Greatsword.
Yeah, that is definitely a good option. Strump's still gonna check the beach merchant, who is a very good check because he has 4 weapons. So let's see. But they can like sometimes you get all like
strikes
only
out completely.
What do you mean? Ivory Sickle was there.
Yeah, I mean Devonia's Hammer was there too, but he's pretty committed already to the smithing route. And Typin just has a massive lead on Strump in the DLC race here.
Yeah, this is not gonna be perfect. Strump already has the stones though. He used the opportunity to buy the stones from the merchants. So he doesn't need to grab these 2s. He will still need to grab 3s though, on his way to get the Academy Key.
That he will, and we see Iron has a bit of a lead. Both of them are going Makar. It's crazy how meta this has become. Like it seems like it used to be the 3rd most popular way. Now I feel like every game we see Makar, right?
Yeah.
And Iron is ahead of Wander here, but Wander has the smithing weapon with the dual status, while Iron actually has no status on that Watchdog hammer.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit like Wonder may make time just by virtue of having a double status. Iron doesn't grab the grace, and the Ruin de Falaise could be problematic here. So
oh God, please
doesn't get punished, but if he does, he might be back all the way to EG.
I hate when players don't grab that grace. I get why they skip it, but oof. Wander does grab the grace. Let's go full screen with Iron here to see if he gets through this cleanly.
He does. I don't think Southgate. He must have gotten the EG grace at least, right, with a Zomber weapon. Unless he already bought the stones, and then he may not care.
He does have to quit out there.
And that's why, like, the screen is the worst thing you can get there.
Yeah, he's in a bit of trouble there, but does get out of it. Wander's approaching that bat as well. He's not out of the woods yet. This next ladder can also kill you. But no, he does just go with the quit out.
Jumps there,
and he will get through it.
Now the thing is, like, Wonder has a weapon that cannot really easily stagger that bat, so it is a bit of a problem to do that strategy where you just stagger the bat with a charge attack.
And we will see our first fight of the game here as Typin goes in for Red Wolf. Typin with a big lead over Strump. And I think Strump is Strump committing to the what weapon is? Oh no, he got the iron greatsword. So Strump will have a weapon advantage, but not a huge one. And Typin has about a 5-minute lead here in terms of the DLC race. Five might be a little bit overstated, maybe more like 4, but still a massive lead here. Big stagger there.
Le Crémoisi de Radagon.
What?
Le Crémoisi de Radagon.
He's speaking gibberish.
Ennemi majeur habitué.
Well, we have double Makar on the screen here for both Iron and Wander.
Makar, le dragon de magma. Iron doing work on him, by the way. Yeah. Claws, they only look good after you get the status. And I believe Wonder only upgraded to +7.
Yeah, as Iron does get through well beforehand, we'll go ahead and go full screen with Wander. It's looking like
dropped Makar's weapon.
It's also looking like Typin's going pretty aggressive here, going for Renala first, rather than back to Godric.
It's an interesting choice.
It is technically slightly faster, but ever so slightly, and because you don't have health or as much health, right? It makes the Renala fight much scarier. Wander does get through Makar there quite nicely. But let's go full screen here with Iron or Typin as he goes for Renala.
Let's see if this weapon is capable of getting on one cycle with Wild Strikes.
Also, I had some misinformation. Apparently, if you do put Cold Affinity on, it is not faster to go Renala first. It's just a little bit riskier. Actually, I would think it is faster because the warps are closer. Like, I'm talking tenths of a second. Technically.
Yeah. Strump is already at the Red Wolf fight, by the way.
Yeah, Strump is at Red Wolf. We'll go to the dual screen here. Typin does not get the one cycle.
It wasn't even close.
No.
So that could indicate trouble down the line, like if the damage disparity is too big, particularly with like some like single squares like Dancing Lion.
Typin does get through there into phase 2. Strump is having some troubles here with Red Wolf, but gets through it cleanly. We'll go full screen with Typin here. Big stagger there. I misses that R1.
Charge attack on that weapon is pretty good.
Well, it also shoots out that little projectile. Dragon's going to come down, but uses the iframes on the riposte to dodge it. Absolutely beautiful.
There it is.
Yep, there it is.
Now, Wonder is he went and got the Sentry's Torch, but he decided to keep going upwards here in Altus. I would assume that I'm not sure why, actually. Oh! He just probably autopiloted there. So much rando, right? Like from there you only go up.
Yeah.
He's going out to Sage's Cave. I'm very concerned about that health bar, though.
And
like, he's gonna
Trump wasn't as close as it looked because he did not have Stormhill Shack yet.
Oh, yeah, no, that's true.
And Iron is just going full blast on upgrading his weapon here.
I think that's a good call. Like you're probably like gonna be behind if the other player is doing smithing, because of, like, Makar does put your weapon in a better spot if it is smithing. So might as well do that and see what you get from.
As Wander's, oh no, he does have the Sentry Torch. Okay, I thought for a second I thought he didn't have it. I was like, that's incredibly aggressive.
Like, I really don't like claws.
Oh, Wander hits the Sage's cave skip though.
Oh yeah, no, like that skip is not that hard actually. It's not that hard. People make it harder. Wander just showed how it's done.
Trump, I'm sure you got this. We'll go full screen with Wander here as he goes for Gary Garrison. Claws are actually, I actually like claws a lot against NPCs. The running R1s are pretty fantastic.
Oh, he's doing work on that, huh?
Yeah, the claws are really good against NPCs. Like, I like them a lot. Oh, Gary survives. But we've seen...
He's 1 HP.
Oof. We've seen more than a few early Gary Garrisons here today, and that was by far the best. Very nice job by Wander, and nice job by the claws there.
I wish Wander would grab the raptor, but he didn't.
The raptor's black feathers?
Yes.
We'll bring Wander and Typin here up on the dual screen as Typin is now in on Godric. Wander immediately gets backstabbed, and does he live? I don't think so. No, he goes down. We'll go full screen with Typin here for Godric. Wander shaking his head. He's quite frustrated at that. Thankfully, there is a stake there. Or no, there's no stake.
No, there isn't.
Is he going to rip the skip again? He does rip the skip again and misses it this time. Yeah, it all lined up too well, right? No way you get first try skip, easy Gary, and then get the assassin down easily as well. As Godric gets absolutely destroyed as usual.
Godric le Greffé.
And Wander's having some troubles here with this skip. Got it first try, and now I think he's failed it 3 times in a row here.
I think Iron's looking to do Cyan now as his first square. So Wander will have like plenty of time to finish this. Well, just because I said the skip was easy, now he's not getting it.
Yeah, classic commentator's curse from Rambler there. Oh my, he's missed it like 5 times in a row.
Strump is already at Godric. Like, he's not that far behind, like I said. Like, he's not that far behind.
Well, we'll see what his entry time here is. Typing already into the DLC and immediately going towards back section. Gonna target the Golden Braid, I'm sure. Wander does finally get that skip down. In the end, though, I don't think that was much of a skip as he died about 5 or 6. He failed it like 5 or 6 times there.
If you quit out that many times, it's not saving time any longer.
Godric goes down. We'll go full screen with Wander here for the BKA. And Iron is making work towards that grafted Scion, and he's going to absolutely obliterate it. By the way, again, if anyone is new to Elden Squares Bingo, we are in week 7. This is a grassroots bingo league open to players of anyone around the world, players of all skill levels. We have 60 players over 3 different leagues. You are currently watching a Golden Order match. This is the top division. Base game plus DLC 2v2 bingo. All players start out with unlocked graces pre-Altus, and then once they get Altus access, either via Dectus Makar or Virgins, they will be able to have access to those post-Altus graces. Additionally, in order to get into the DLC, players need to kill any 2 Remembrance bosses. So we already saw Type in there kill Godric and Renala. That is kind of the meta rush to get into the DLC, and now Strump is looking to do the same, targeting Renala down. One final thing of note is that bingo lines do not win in this format, but they are 2 bonus points. So not an automatic win, but very, very important, as at this high of a level, if one team gets those 2 bonus points, it is very difficult to come back. And there we see it, first blood for Team Wamp Wamp as they get that down. And actually, Iron there prepped. It looks like he prepped.
Side.
Yeah, and is he... I wonder where he's going towards now.
He's prepping Radon's Great Rune, actually, and both a duo. Yeah, no, I made a mistake. I thought Strump had Renala killed already, but he didn't, so he's way behind.
Yeah, he's way behind.
Now,
Also,
the good thing is he's losing Golden Braid, but if he keeps going there, like he's still probably like 50-50 on Scadutree Avatar. He's definitely not 50-50 on Fallen Star Beast though.
he does get the 1 cycle there. Nice job by Strump. Also want to give a quick shout out to the Indiana Hoosiers and Fernando Heisman-Doza, as he is 20 for 22 on the day for 255 yards and 3 touchdowns. Hoosiers are up 24-7.
Yeah, I can safely inform you that nobody in chat cares about that.
I
Except
care.
me, baby.
I care. My American ass cares about his football.
Let me see.
Oh, who's the Paris as Pipe in there fails one of the jumps in back section. Or Church District. I hope he grabbed a grace.
At least he didn't get. No, he definitely did. But like, at least he didn't get like the long death animation.
And as Strumpier is going for Renala, it looks like there's going to be a contest here on Caves as Iron is going for Bofa Duo. We'll bring this to the dual screen, and then he could further contest Caves after that. Wander with Sage's Cave, but Iron could take away Bofa Duo here. He needs to drink his physic. His weapon's unwieldable. That's a big mistake. And he's like 1 shot to these guys. He's in a whole world of trouble.
I think he's dying. Like,
no, he somehow has not aggroed the big Bofa. He might be okay. He just decides to. Oh no, he quit out. Though. He quit out, but that's a huge mistake because he doesn't have his physic anymore.
Yeah, this is a very bad mistake. He's gonna have to go back to the Grace now.
Taipin is now cleanly through the Church District and does grab that sketchy, Scadutree fragment on top of the fountain there, the statue.
Now, interestingly, Trump is going for the catacombs. Like, he just got DLC access and decided to go for the center square.
I mean, that's not a bad play, because if Iron's working on ritual pots, that diag, like the diag could become pretty threatening. That is a really DLC heavy bottom left to top right diagonal, right? That might be some of the idea there. And then additionally, they could set up for their own threat on the other diagonal. We'll go full screen with Iron here for the Bofa duo. Because I also will say, I don't think that Bagarre FR necessarily, or at least Iron has the best weapon for Melania. Colossals on Melania are quite good, but you also have to be very careful. The way you need to play around waterfowl with a Colossal is very different. So if you're not, even if you're great at Melania, if you're not practice fighting her with Colossals, it can be quite difficult.
Ufa being obliterated here.
Yeah, they're very good, just tricky, right? You need to know what you're doing. Like a lot of weapons, you can just, as long as you know the weapon, you know the boss, you're good. But Colossals on Melania, you kind of need that specific practice. I can say as the Rot Mommy enthusiast and the Colossal merchant, but Iron goes down there. Iron goes down.
Yeah, fighting on those rocks kind of like makes it for a bad situation sometimes with like bonks and getting
Also, I don't think
the
he's
boss active.
I don't know how comfortable he is with Colossals because there is a crouch R1 loop on Bofas. If you crouch R1 over and over again, you can just straight loop them, but he's not doing it.
Now, Strump in true Strump fashion decided to just prep a little bit the catacomb location. I wonder if they're like trying to maybe sneak in the diagonal, like with Death Knight as their final catacomb. I don't know if that's feasible though. He's going to the fort to get his upgrade materials while Typing is going straight to Golden Braid. Like he's not wasting any time.
Yeah, and Wander here's going for Radahn. We'll go ahead and put Iron back on the big screen here, and then we'll bring Wander up to the dual screen once he enters the Redaniel fight.
Oh, I think the guy woke up. Yeah. Yeah, this attempt is busted already.
Yeah, and he does just mog out. I mean, this is why early Bofa duo, like, it seems so easy because they're just Bofas, right? But they are very aggressive and hit super hard. Like, this boss is Dragon Barrow scaled. It drops 80,000 runes for a reason, right? Not an easy kill. And Iron is having some troubles with it. Wander is now in on Radahn. We'll go ahead and put him on the big screen. Meanwhile, yeah, Iron backs out.
Maybe to finish that Scion that he prepped. Yeah.
Typin is going to claim Golden Braid in just a second. That will even the game up at 1-1.
Radahn basically annihilated by the claws there.
Touchdown Hoosiers. Indiana takes a 31-7 lead.
Wasn't like the spread like 25 points?
Yeah, we had a bad first half. We were only up 10-7 at halftime. Iron here going to actually just using the Ash of War.
The point is this game doesn't matter.
Rambler,
okay.
I'm not Rambler.
Ash of War only.
My football team is historically the asshole of the Big Ten. Let me have this, all right? I'm not quite used to winning yet. I know you're an Ohio State fan, and all you do is win.
Yeah, I do have more experience with that.
Yeah.
At least college football wise. The Iron gets Scion. Trump finished the Forge just in time to maybe contest already like a kill. While Typing still needs to go and get upgrades.
Yeah, and I think Wander is going and looking at Bofa Duo here. He has that square highlighted, so we could see a bit of a race here on this square. If Iron...
Maybe he'll do Radahn first, but yeah.
Yeah, he could do Radahn first. I'm just telling you what the streets are saying, what this highlighted square is saying.
Oh no, it's the highlighted square.
And I will say that was Iron's last Kukri.
Mm-hmm.
So this is his last take with this Kukri strat. We'll go full screen with him.
Guy's still asleep. Om bit o Kotrude Frau Azula. One down.
One down. Let's see how the second one goes. Yeah, I would love to see that crouch R1 loop. We're not seeing it, but hopefully he does figure it out. As yeah, Wanderer is going for the Bofa Duo, so if there is a mistake here, he will be able to snipe.
It's better terrain to do the loop. Just one more. There it is.
There we go. All right, there is the snipe there on the Bofa Duo. I mean, if Wander wants, he still could do this because it would get him a cave as well and be a high value kill. But there goes the Bofa Duo down as now Bagarre FR take a 3-1 lead here early.
Yeah, Wonder gives up on the fight. Like, there's no point in doing this cave, I think.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're desperate for the money and you know you can do it, right? Like if you had sleep pots set up, because sleep pots are super effective here, I would consider still going for it. But without sleep pots, it's a risky fight. You don't necessarily need the money. I don't see a reason to do it. Because yeah, it is free with sleep pots, but it looks like Iron here is now going to be able to snipe caves.
Yeah, Wonder is not going for it.
I will say Bagarre FR, I think, have Wamp in a world of hurt here. This is, you know, despite the issue on the Bofa Duo, one of their better performances here early, right? As they have a board dominance. Hypen has an advantage in the DLC. He needs to go grab his smithing weapons, and then his weapon is upgraded all the way. And you know, Wander here is trying to do.
We're seeing the diagonal. The diagonal is coming.
Yeah, it looks like diagonal is coming. That is going to be the comeback play. For Wamp. However, Iron here or Typin is going to have a plus 25 weapon, and I think Death Knight is such a valuable square for them. I'd be pretty, you know, granted they are newer to bingo, right? So it can. They might not identify the best play, but I think that Death Knight is just the best square for them, as not only does it get them a really nice block, but it also sets up their own threats.
That is true. That is true. But the question is, how much will Trump greed this? Because the greediest thing would be to finish Catacombs with Death Knight, but can you really do that with Catacombs being center square? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. And Iron had to go grab, or Typin had to go grab his 4s, but he is upgraded to plus 24. I mean, we see Bagarre FR with not only board dominance here early, but map dominance and two fully upgraded weapons. They're in a fantastic spot.
Yeah, no, they're like outside of the diagonal. If they just see the path to get the Death Knight first, they are in a great spot. Now the thing is, Trump did that Watchdog Catacombs, so I don't think he's gonna greed Catacombs.
No, yeah, he's gonna go ahead and finish this right here. Wander here is working on Smaragd as his 3rd Dragonheart boss.
Yeah, Makar in the guild is 3rd. Interesting to think what he's gonna think of like a 4th, if he's going to go for Theodorix.
Yeah, I think the big question
or if he's gonna go for some.
The big question for me right here also is Iron has gone to Scorched Ruins, now making his way to 3-Path Cross. The question is, does he move towards the Dancing Lion or does he move towards the Death Knight? Like, I could see reasons to go for either one, right? I think either makes sense, but the question is which one does he decide to go?
Or the Ghost Flame even. Like,
Yeah.
He doesn't have access right now, but
He's going
looking
for
at Dancing
Lion. There goes Catacombs, though. Do we see a pivot there from Typin as he will just see the mark?
Maybe, like, the thing is, in other games, including the game against us, Bagarre, they really like going for, like, the synergy plays, right? Like the square that builds another square, like both a duo into caves, like that's what Iron is doing right now. Dancing Lion pretty much puts different remembrances in the bag as well. So that's very nice for majority, but when you're facing the prospect of having like a line, particularly a diagonal, because then you cannot counter bingo, is a very scary prospect.
And it looks like Typin here is gonna pivot out. He grabs the next Grace, the more Grace, and then decides to go back for the. I think he's going Death Knight. Yes, he is going Death Knight.
Yeah,
because I think in this spot you have like one of two options. One of these players has to address the diagonal, right? You either need to tell Iron finish caves and then go hard into Melania, or you need to tell Typin you cannot do Death Knight, or you cannot do Lion right now. You need to go Death Knight.
yeah, no, 100%. Now, Strump getting Sacred Blade means he's not necessarily going for Death Knight first. He's probably thinking of getting Ghost Flame Dragons. Because for Death Knight, Frost is very good. Like, you don't really need the Sacred Affinity on the Death Knight.
Yeah, and we'll see where Strump decides to go here as he goes back to Rao base. We see the Dragon Hearts marked, and now the game is tied, and the threat is very strong there on the diagonal, right? I believe that Iron and Typin are still in control of this game, but they need to make sure the diag is taken care of, right?
Yeah, and Strump very wisely, like Strump is very good at like figuring out like where the line can be actually done and when it cannot, right? Like I think oh no, never mind, he's going for a skip. He's going for the raw base skip to Death Knight.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he was going to die there. He got the quit out. So that means he's not that far from it. He's actually not that far.
He'll probably need a death here regardless. But he really is not far behind. Maybe a matter of, if there was a really slow fight or some problems in the
catacombs. You have no idea. The door is right here.
No, I know the door's right there, but Typin probably has a 30-second lead, which was more so my point, right? So,
Dagger, I think Sacred Blade actually made him potentially lose the square, because if he goes with Frost, it's very similar.
They're actually double.
Cost him.
Both players are looking to address this diag as Iron here is making his way towards Melania, and also if he gets that Remembrance down, I believe that would be only his first, right? But would put him potentially in position to grab a two-handed sword and Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman for a block there, or for just another square, not a block.
Yeah, this is a supersonic race.
I think, why not? Why not? First time today, Rambler wants a supersonic race. He's been calling for it. Because, yeah, Strump is navigating this catacomb just a little bit better here than Typin. The biggest thing, too, is that Strump is avoiding the spikes. I don't know what else to call them. So, as a result, a lot of times we see players take an intentional death at the start. That was something that Ellie was talking about. But if Strump is able to have enough health pots that he doesn't have the need to go for that, he really could make this up.
Typing almost fell down the hole.
Because Typin's down to 2 flasks. He needs to take he's going to 100% take an intentional death. If he doesn't do it, he should.
Yeah, this is gonna be. It's gonna be tricky.
Yeah, and Wander now is looking to set up Melania as well. Typin does not take the intentional death.
Very good charge attack there.
Oh, he's going to roll this. Gets blasted. Only has one heal left and only at about 80% health. Make that 60. And you know what? The Sacred Blade is really big here. Typin uses his last heal. Trump still has 6 pots left. And Typin with only about a 20% damage lead, I would say. Yeah, the Sacred Blade is huge. Trump's damage is almost double.
It's also like the Iron Greatsword is better as well.
Yeah. Granted, Typin will still get another Frost
They're
proc
tied.
here. Yeah, they're tied. Typin's going to get a Frost proc. As Typin gets clocked, he's now out of heals and only at about a third health. One hit. He continues to backstab fish there. He gets the Frost proc.
Oh my god, it's so close.
Typing goes down. Typing goes down. Typing goes down. Strump has a free run. Strump has a free run here as Strump still has 3 health pots left. He's greeting it and he gets it. I'm not sure if the death mattered or not, but regardless, it did seal the deal.
It is insane, and Wonder is now ahead on Millennia. We might see a Millennia bingo here. Oh no, Iron is actually a little
Iron's
bit
going. No, Wander's still
further.
ahead because Wander's already been through the Lake of
Yeah.
Rot. Or not the Lake of Rot, but
Yeah.
the Puddle of Rot, whatever you want to call it.
Now the thing is, what do you do here? Like, I mean, Iron needs to try Millennia, obviously. Like, you're never gonna not try, but like, Typing and Strump, now they basically like, they kind of like don't matter for a few minutes. What do you do with that?
I mean, I think for Typin. Oh, and Wander goes down there to the Cumbugs as he greeted for the Dragon Crest Great Shield. And that's going to equal things out quite a bit. Wander will still be slightly ahead, but ever so slightly. As this is quite the Melania race here. We can't use Supersonic. That's disrespectful to the Rot Mommy. We got to go with, we got to get her OST on.
Back-to-back races, it is back-to-back races.
Yeah, I mean, this is huge. If Bagarre FR are able to block this and claim Melania, I think they are still in a dominant spot in this game. Like, basically, whoever wins this race will claim a dominant spot in the game. Wamp Wamp would claim Wamp Wamp would claim a 7-4 lead. Meanwhile, Bagarre FR would get a 5-4 lead. However, in a much stronger position, for some of the other squares on the board.
The thing is, Typing is in a good position to knock down 3 squares.
Yeah.
With Dancing Lion, Scadu Tree, and different remembrances. And Falling Star Beast, like four squares that Typing has a very big lead on.
I think this is one of the first true Melania races that we've seen all season, and it is going to be Wander up against Iron here with, in a lot of ways, the fate of this game on the line, as the winner of this race will heavily dictate how the end of this game plays out. Waterfowl comes out. Beautiful work there by Wander.
Also, I might say Wonder is a liar. He said he would never do that jump punish in a real game. He did it.
Yeah, Wander also has a lot more health. And I'm not sure if Wander's weapon is plus 24. I know that Iron's is plus 9, but regardless, the double status is... I think I'd give a slight weapon advantage to Wander here. Ultimately, though, it comes down to, I think, how well does Iron know how to fight Malenia with Colossals? You need to be somewhat more reserved. He gets in a lot of trouble there. Wow, just barely gets out to the edge of the waterfowl dance, but does get clocked by the end of the combo. They're down to 3 heals for Iron. Waterfowl comes out a second time. This is going to be a slower fight for both these players. A battle of speed and endurance here because, you know, they both know that they have to go fast in order to win this race. They know that it has to be a race. But also this is going to be a longer Malenia fight for both of them. Iron needs to dial back the greed quite a bit. He's down to 2 heals and might have to heal again here because with that small of a health bar, I don't know that 70% HP is enough to survive anything meaningful. Wander is officially into phase 2.
Scarlet Bloom.
The Scarlet Flower
once more. Or whatever.
No, you said it right. It's the Scarlet Bloom flowers once more, but I always say the Scarlet Flower blooms once more because I think it sounds better. Typin is in on the Dancing Lion here. Strump is continuing to work on the Ghost Flame Dragons. Iron into phase 2. Wander just dodges, beautiful dodge on the waterfowl. Granted, this fight's going to be long for both of them. I expect that it very well could come down to clones. Even though Wanderer has both more health, a poor clones dodge would kill both of them. Iron in poor position there for the waterfowl. Does get clocked initially, but gets out of it. That has no heals left. Still about 85 to 90% health. But he pretty much has to go hitless here for the rest of this fight. Scarlet Aeonia comes out. Iron could take a damage lead here. As Wander gets a stall move, Wander emoting, bowing. Iron gets hit, has 5 health left.
Oh my god.
Iron has to go hitless here for the rest of this fight. Big bleed for Wander. Waterfowl comes out. Wander gets the initial dodge. Absolute 4 waterfowls there, I believe, for Wander, and he's had fantastic dodges on all of them. It's not over.
Iron doesn't wield the weapon.
Oh my god, the physic, yes. He didn't have enough time and he goes down to clones there, but it doesn't matter. Physic time ran out. He could not wield the weapon. Wander just has to close this here. Malenia literally 1 HP away, and there goes the bingo. Womp womp. Get the Malenia kill, win the Malenia race, and the bingo pops. We'll go full screen now with Iron or Typin here for the Dancing Lion. It is a 7-4 lead for Womp Womp, but Bagarre FR still have a potential to come back here as they are well positioned for multiple different squares. But this is going to be a much tougher proposition than it initially looked. Down 3 squares and no ability to bingo back.
I wonder if now, funnily enough, Wamp Wamp only marked those diagonal squares, right? So there is like potential for other squares. Wonder is gonna finish Great Rune.
Yep, Typing gets the Dancing Lion down. He brings it to a 7-5 game, but it's looking like we were gonna see another bit of a snipe here. Could even be a double snipe as Wander goes for Radon's Great Rune and then could immediately go for Two-Handed Sword Dragon Crest Great Shield after that.
Typing finishing 4 remembrances with Gaius.
Typen's gonna finish
Instead
4
of-
remembrances with Gaius. Strump here is gonna be fighting the Golden Hippo. And Iron here is in on Radon, but he's about to get sniped on Radon's Great Rune as Wanderer has already killed Radon and is climbing the tower. Trump gets absolutely obliterated by needles there. Yeah, you can really start to see the damage is just not fantastic. That Lizard Greatsword is really underperforming.
Yeah.
Lizard. Iron gets Radon down, so we're going to go ahead and just bring it to the 2-player screen. We'll see Typen and Strump will stay in the same spots at the top of your screen. Strump is going to get the Hippo down here. And now we'll go full screen with Typen as he tries to finish out Gaius. There goes the Radon's Great Rune.
Now, one interesting thing is Trump doing Hippo, he's probably looking at transformation, having done AGM, if I'm not mistaken. I think he did it right after Death Knight. And because he has Sacred Blade, he is in a great spot to do Ghost Flame Dragons as well.
Yeah, Bagarre or Wamp are in a really nice spot here, but Bagarre are continuing to fight. Game, still a lot of bingo left to be played.
I don't know, looking at, I believe, Onyx Lords.
Yep, they're going Onyx Lords. Wanderer's going to go ahead and claim Two-Handed Sword, Dragon Crest, Great Shield. Typing gets clocked there, doesn't quite get the jump. Oh, and he goes down. He goes down.
Oh, no. Yeah, that attack is a bit weird. Like, if you dodge it outside, it has more of like a chance of clicking you.
Well, he greeted for an R1 and then just left himself susceptible to RNG, right? That was the attack that came out. I think after he committed to that R1, he was always dead there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I still think Gaius is a mistake. Like, they need a little bit more greedy, like to be a little bit more greedy to get back in the game. I think Skeleton Avatar was the play.
Well, I also think that for Wamp, right, given that Typen has marked Dancing Lion, that's not a square that I would look to push by any means, right? When you're down, you need to try to orchestrate snipes, right? And 4 Remembrances is just at this time not a square that I would expect a snipe to come in on. I just cannot imagine that. Wamp would be pushing that in any way. It would be a pretty big mistake for them to push that at this time.
Yeah, they have options, and also like because of the bingo, 2 of the squares are just not gonna be marked regardless. And they are probably going to be physical class cheers and I don't know, Logre and Magnus maybe because it takes too long.
Yeah. I mean, normally you'd say Bale, but with transformation on the board, Strump is actually in a nice spot to go transformation into Bale potentially.
And it is true, a remembrance that counts. So
yeah.
Like while that's still on the board, it's not the worst pickup.
There goes Two-Handed Sword, Dragon Crest, Great Shield for Wander. Iron continuing to work on the Onyx Lord. Strump is about to mark transformation. We're going to go back full screen here with Typin as he looks to close out this Gaius fight to mark 4 different remembrances. I have cursed him.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Vous avez péri.
I believe that means fuck who's in French.
Yes, that means that who's our guy. Fuck him.
Yep.
Typing now, going for south. Just to see that transformation is about
And
to
they
get
could
marked.
close this out with a second bingo, right? Ritual Pots and Bale. That would be a bingo as well, and they would close. That would be a second bingo, and they would close this game out.
And Wonder is looking to do that. Like he's going for the ritual pot in Kaled.
Yeah, and Strump is going for Bale. Man, it was a great start for Bagarre FR, but with the Death Knight snipe, the game just completely turned.
Yeah, that was like a very unfortunate snipe as well.
Yeah.
Because Typing didn't have as good damage as Strump had. Strump made up time through the raw base skip, and also the flasks.
Yeah,
Like, if he took a strategic death there, like a tactical death, he would have like a more of like a chance probably of being more greedy in the punishes. Now the funny thing here is that like Strump has no incentive not to go for Bale. Like there's no reason not to. But he is going for Ghost Flame Dragons. Probably because he's already tired and he doesn't want to do Bale.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to have to do Bale.
And I will say, like, the duality of bingo, right? Yesterday, Strump was left holding the bag, right, as he failed a skip and lost out on Onze, right? But today he gets the skip and ends up being the hero.
Yeah, he got this. He actually had to quit out on that raw base skip, but it is a much safer skip than the waterfall one.
Yeah. We'll go
This
full
guy
screen with Strump here
probably-
as he does look to close out the Ghost Flame Dragons.
I
Looks
don't
like-
know, Hoosier. Is that enough damage?
No. Not enough. More power.
It looks terrible.
Yeah, quite
For the
terrible
dragon.
damage. I think you should get a. I think you should get a buff if you're using the dragon or whatever transformation. You should get a buff against dragons. You should do more damage. As there goes the Ghost Flame Dragons down there. Strump. The ads don't even spawn for Strump. I gotta say, I think, even though this is an unfortunate result for Bagarre FR, right? A big bounce back game for Wamp. They started 4-0 and then had dropped 2 straight. So a big way to get back into the win column.
And we have now 3 teams at 5-2. This this pretty much put we know that Cronus and Lemon pretty much have a bye guaranteed now. These 3 teams are now vying for the second bye, and well, one of them is playing right after this game. They need to take care of business.
Yeah, and this makes the game in week 8, Helios and Ellie versus Wander and Strump, all that much more important.
True.
And now Strump
Strump
here
is
is
going
going
for
for Bale to close out the game here. We will go full screen with Strump. Actually, this will not close out the game, but look to close it out.
I think by the time he's finished, ritual bots will be marked.
Curse you, Baal! I hereby vow you will rue this day. Behold, a true Drake warrior, and I, Egon, your fears made flesh. Solid of scale as you might be, foul dragon, but I will riddle with holes your rotten hide with a of harpoons with every last drop of my being. The cough.
Okay, so do you need a cough drop? Do you need like a glass of water?
I might, yeah.
That Bale smoke got your larynx pretty bad. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I might have to rewatch the footage and figure out. I might have to like turn down my mic settings so I peak less because specifically for that speech. I need like on the fly mic settings for when I'm doing Baal Egon speech.
Oh, Trump was hitless so far.
You know, is there, you know, in baseball, right, there's a rule that if the pitcher's on a no-hitter, right, no one talks about it, right? Is there a rule in bingo that if someone's hitless, you don't mention it until the fight's over?
I was going to say, but you were doing the whole dialogue of Egon. So maybe thinking isn't enough.
Yeah. You know, the one unfortunate thing I will say with this outcome, unfortunate for me personally, is that Iron and Typin now get to put their full focus onto Randacalypse. They will have one game left to finish out the season, but they will be effectively eliminated from the playoffs, right? So now they can put their full focus into Randacalypse, and I'm scared.
Well, that's your problem, not mine.
Trump is in a lot of trouble.
Here comes.
He does nice recovery. He does get out of it.
That was a light roll dodge. Who said that the dragon transformation is not useful?
Trump down to 3 heals.
Baal Ledred.
Iron is back in on Gaius, or Iron is working on Dragonkins. Typin's back in on Gaius, but we will stay here with Strump as this is for the game. Wander working on Logar and Magnus the Beastclaw. So regardless of the outcome of this fight, Wamp will get it done here. But come on, finish out with Baal. Cinema.
It looks close to a stagger.
Trump's bitrate is so ass. His stream is in 1080p, but the bitrate is just horrible. So it gets very pixely.
Yeah. Could be worse. We all know it could be worse.
Big stagger there. Wild strikes into Riposte should do it. And that will be the win in cinematic fashion for
a double bingo.
Wamp, a double bingo win. A game where Bagarre FR started off quite well in Wamp are really up against it, right? If they didn't get that diagonal bingo, this game would have gone so much differently, but they did in fact get that diagonal bingo. And Strump and Wander again find a way to win. And in this case, well, I don't think the board does justice how close this game was at one point. They end up winning in dominant fashion, right?
Yeah, if the Death Knight gets marked, like uh, uh, things go very differently, right? Like the diagonal doesn't exist, then you start like because Bagarre had like a very big lead
Yeah, they had a very big lead, right?
on GLC. Like typing would be able to get a lot more, but that Death Knight ended up being the death of them.
Yeah. The
The
Death Knight plus
Chevalier
the
de Mort.
Melania. We'll go ahead and bring our players in here for the post-match interview, and make sure to stick around. We still have 2 more big games today, as we have not Lemon and Crony, sorry, Sirius and McCrash coming up against Sai and Shura. I'll be joined by Crony on commentary for that game, and then to finish out, we have Bofa D's, Dino, and Deutz up against Jay and Rambler for the final game of the day. So we'll go ahead and bring our players in. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in.
GG's.
GG's.
GG's. That was I don't think the final score did it justice because especially on that diag, both of those were both so close, right? But in the end, Wander and Strump, right? Iron Typing came out to a strong start, but you guys were able to you continue to just find a way to win, right? You're able to force that bingo on the diagonal and then kind of snowball from there. A huge win from you guys as you now officially put yourselves into the playoffs and continue to fight for those number 1 and 2 seeds. How are you boys feeling?
Pretty good about being in the playoffs. That was the main thing. Obviously, of course, we wanted out of this match because we're right on the cusp of it. But it felt good we had it was such an awkward board, such an awkward weapon seed. It felt good to make it happen either way.
Yeah, this I was panicking at the start with the weapon seed. It was bad.
Yeah, it was very bad. But you guys end up getting it done, and I'm curious, right? I think this is a huge win for you guys, especially because not only do you secure your playoff spot, but you guys started 4-0, much like Sai and Shura, right? You start 4-0 and then you dropped your next 2. And then the start of this game didn't go fantastic for you guys. Any doubts creeping in at that point, or was it just stick to the plan?
I was very much doubting myself, but we stuck with it. And I mean, we found a way to make it work, but at least from my perspective, it was very shaky throughout the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
40.
Once I got my mark, I was happier with my personal place in the game, but obviously with how shaky just the whole thing was at the beginning, we had to make pretty major adjustments. I don't think our game plan at all ended up like how we initially envisioned it, especially with the Bofa duo snipe and Strumpke being behind in DLC, but we were able to adjust at least.
Yeah, and it was a great adjustment by you guys, 100%, to be able to get the win today. I got a question specifically for you, Strump. Obviously, yesterday, or 2 days ago, that was, you were kind of left holding the bag, right, as you went for a skip and got sniped. But today, you go for the skip and you end up being the hero, getting the Death Knight snipe. Was there any nerves for you before going for that skip, or was that just completely out of sight, out of mind?
Yeah, I mean, yesterday or whatever day it was kind of a wake-up call to practice these very niche skips. So I practiced them, and it paid off here, and it showed up. So I felt good about it. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, in the same vein, I want to ask Wonder where you lied to us. You said that you would never jump attack Malenia stab, but now you're doing it even
I was really feeling myself during that Melania fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. Aside from the one random hit I took nearish the middle of the first phase, I was feeling so good about that fight. Claws are one of my favorite weapon classes to use against Melania. So I was just like, you know what? Fight's going well. I'm gonna start going for it because it's optimal. So I don't know. I went for it. It worked out.
Free anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, GG's boys, congratulations on the win and securing your space spot into playoffs. I want to talk with Iron and Type in here for a little bit because first off, I want to say, the beginning of the game, you guys came out really strong. Just that, the bingo happened, right? It is what it is. But I want to put the focus into talk a bit more just about, how much you guys have meant to not only myself in the league, but just all of Ignite, right? You guys have been, it has been, season's not over yet. You have one more game, but because next weekend's our charity event, I'll do some of the sappy stuff here as you guys are officially eliminated, unfortunately. But it's just been amazing to have you guys as a part of our community, as a part of Ignite, and introducing us to the French community. It's been such a pleasure, right? Like, when you guys messaged me about Randocalypse, it was like one of the best things that's ever happened, right? You guys are just absolutely amazing in all of your community and your friends. I cannot express how much getting to meet you guys and your community has meant to all of us. And yeah, you're just the best. We love you guys and are so thankful for you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for that. Yeah, likewise. Honestly, this bingo season for us was great. Unfortunately, we didn't play as well as we did. I mean, today I'm not that unhappy with myself, so I think it was a fine game. I made 2 or 3 mistakes, but yeah, just this whole event, this whole community is really nice to share things with and to play with. So yeah. Thanks for inviting us. That was awesome, and I'm definitely looking forward to next season.
Yeah, I mean, you type in. Sorry, I'll give you the floor. I talk too much. I know, American being too loud and talking.
No, just same. I'm letting Iron do the speaking. Yeah. But yeah, it's a pleasure to discover such strong people.
Yeah, it's been amazing, and I will say, like, I felt like I've known that there was a very strong French community for a while, right? And you guys have been everything that we thought you were, great Elden Ring players, and I think also we just share a lot of core values where we just care about who can play and in the purity of competition, right? And I think the Ignite community and the French community shares a lot of those core values, right? Where we don't care who it is, we just want to see the best go at it in whatever the event is. And you guys are all so helpful with everything, and it's just been, you guys are amazing. And we really love you guys. Thank you guys so much for being a part of it. I look forward to having you guys in bingo again, and also look forward to you guys kicking my ass in Randocalypse.
Same here.
Alright. Same. I'm looking forward to it as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had one question concerning the game. Wonder, did you go for close or not?
I did. I Raptor Talons.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I kind of
that's
like
maybe what I should have
Strump.
done.
Yeah, I really wanted them. Strump didn't, so that was pretty much the only thing. Because I was willing to give them to Strump, but he just didn't feel like when like Ghost Flame Dragons and stuff were on the board, he just didn't feel like it was the board for Claws. So he just went searching for weapons. But yeah, Claws treated me pretty well for this board.
What weapon did Strump play?
Found Iron Greatsword at Bellum Merchant.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why Strump spent like the first 5 minutes just doing weapon checks. That's how you guys got such a big
I've done
lead
that. It's so dumb
in the DLC.
It
weapon
was
is so bad. I didn't think. I thought it was stronger, but no, it's really bad.
I agree with you.
What weapon did you end up using?
The green goblin stuff.
Lizard.
The lizard
Ça, on sent rien in French. Yeah,
I thought I was kind of like, I know that weapon isn't like the best. I thought it would be. I was kind of surprised that Trump decided to do weapon checks at the start of the game, like anything beyond like greatsword check, because like I was like, oh, like I know it's not the best, but like it's still a greatsword, right? Like it should still
I
be
missed
decent.
every charged attack on
Yeah.
every R2 I missed on the Death Knight. It costed me the wins.
Oh
Was,
no.
Yeah.
It was
Not gonna
really
lie.
bad.
I thought that weapon was somber.
No, it's a normal, and you
Yeah,
can
it's
infuse
normal.
it with a wild strike.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that, otherwise I probably would have went with that.
Yeah, that I'm not sure you can use Sacred Blade on it.
No, we can't use Sacred Blade, and that kinda locked me out of Ghostflame Dragon. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Well, GG's boys, it's been a pleasure to have you guys, and I look forward to casting, your last game next weekend, and like I said, look forward to playing Randacalypse. Also, Iron, I look forward to the special, the charity event. As a part of the charity event, Iron will be competing against Chemist, Catalyst, and Piril. So a very stacked lineup. Actually, when I told when I told Kata the lineup, he replied to me. He just replied with a skull emoji. So yeah, it should be very fun for that next weekend, and we look forward to having you guys for that in your game as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, to the French community, just to be very clear, I was not only speaking to Iron and Typin, but just to everyone, right? It's been very amazing to get to know all of you guys, and we look forward to integrating more with you guys, whether it be us playing in your events or you guys playing in some of our events in the future. It's been just a wonderful experience to meet you guys. Also want to give a massive thank you to Rambler, thank you so much for doing commentary with me this morning. We will see you in the Thunderdome in game 4 today. And with that being said, we will take a short break and be right back. Love you guys all. Thank you so much.
Once said, "Wamp wamp."
Yeah, and a wise man once said, "Love you guys all. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this community. It really does mean the world." As I've said, I've been going through some hardship recently, and it just means the world to see all you guys here, and helps me a lot. So thank you guys so much. Love you all.